The explosion tore through the throne room at 14:47 station time. Queen Lysandra Vale had 3 seconds of warning the crystalline walls, shrieking discord only Andrali's hearing could detect. She was already moving when shaped charges detonated along the eastern wall, her hand reaching for the concealed blade beneath the throne's armrest. The blast wave caught 12 advisors mid-sentence. Lord Theron Ashford died still talking his words, lost in fire and compressed air that turned marble into shrapnel. 8 guards died in 2 seconds. Lysandra hit the floor as debris rained down her fingers, closing around the energy blade. The weapon hummed to life, casting blue-white light across smoke-filled chaos. 3 figures materialized from the dust. Stealth armor that bent light military-grade equipment movements, synchronized and professional. Their target her. Lysandra didn't wait. Years of court protocol had nearly buried the muscle memory. But Andrali's combat reflexes didn't fade, they sharpened. She moved left, breaking sightlines, brought her blade up in a defensive arc. The first assassin came fast, betting on hesitation. He lost. Lysandra's blade caught his weapon at apex, redirected force past her shoulder, pivoted inside his guard. The energy blade found the gap where neck met collarbone. He went down silent. 45 seconds. The second adjusted tactics flanking while his partner pressed forward. They had studied her file, knew she'd been a soldier once, bet 12 years of courtly life made her soft. Mistake. Lysandra feinted toward the flanker, reversed with Andrali's speed that physics shouldn't allow. Her blade found the second attacker's helmet, cut through electronics. The stealth field died. Young eyes, desperate, true believer eyes, stared back. He didn't flinch, just activated the device on his chest and smiled. Lysandra recognized the trigger. She'd seen it before. Different war, different life. 3 seconds. No time to reach exits. The throne was ceremonial, beautiful, useless. Except one detail most didn't know. The crystal was Andrali's warship. Salvage molecular bonds, reinforced against direct weapons fire. She dropped and rolled behind it. The third assassin detonated at 90 seconds. The shockwave lifted Lysandra, slammed her against the western wall hard enough to crack ribs. She tasted copper and smoke, felt blood from a gash above her eye. Her Andrali's healing activated cellular regeneration, responding to trauma. Wouldn't fix everything immediately, but would keep her functional where human physiology would leave her unconscious. Emergency klaxons screamed. Crystalline walls wailed. The palace alive with distress doors, sealing bulkheads, activating defense drones, materializing. Too late. Commander Davina Sterling burst through the door, weapon, drawn professional concern, barely concealing fury. Majesty. Status. Lysandra cut her off, pushing upright despite sharp pain. Perimeter secured. Medical en route. Casualties. Sterling's jaw tightened. 8 guards, 12 advisors, 3 civilian staff, 23 total. 23 dead because someone wanted Lysandra Vale gone. 4th time this year, Lysandra said quietly, studying the smoking crater. They're getting closer. They left something. Neural implant first attacker. Encrypted. Lysandra examined the body. Expensive armor, military weapons, exceptional training. Professional soldier, not fanatic. Biometrics. Cross-reference military databases. Already done. Results are concerning. Sterling pulled up holographics. Service records training certifications, one section highlighted. Advanced tactical protocols. Kepler 7 outpost certification. Impossible, Lysandra whispered. Kepler 7 was destroyed 13 years ago. No survivors listed. According to this, at least 3. Sterling pulled another file. The encryption. Cracked it. 3 words in harsh red Phoenix protocol. Kepler. Lysandra's blood went cold. She knew that place. She'd been supposed to go there 13 years ago, right after Canthros Gate. Medical attention, Sterling started. No, no more hiding. Lysandra's voice was steady despite ringing ears. I need someone I can trust, someone outside court politics. Who? Marcus Thorne. The name hung like prayer or curse. Sterling's eyes widened fractionally. The Kantros medic. That was 13 years ago. He's retired Earth somewhere. Sterling Falls, Arizona. Lysandra had coordinates memorized. 11 years, 9 months, 16 days. I have known for 3 years. Why him? Because he saved my life without knowing who I was. Because he stayed through artillery bombardment when anyone sane would run. Because when I was dying, he made a promise and kept it. Because he's the only person who saw me as worth saving when I was nobody. Simple truth. Sterling nodded slowly. I'll prep transport. Private, no escort, but I'm assigning Pilot Drake my brother, loyal. 28 minutes later, Lysandra sat in the pilot's chair, Corwin Drake navigating. Skythrone fell away. Impossible architecture catching sunlight throwing prismatic patterns. Beautiful, serene, not like a place where 23 just died. 15 minutes into flight, proximity alarms screamed. Bogies, 2 fighters military config, no IFF. Drake's voice level. Lysandra moved to weapons. Time to firing range. 90 seconds. These are Royal Guard. First plasma bolt streaked past starboard. Kill shot, not warning. Evasive. Drake threw hard bank. Second bolt went wide. Fighters closing. Her own people, her own ships, trying to kill her. Worse than the attack itself. Can't outrun them, Drake said. Then don't. Lysandra locked weapons. On my mark, pitch it down 30 degrees. Kill thrust. Drake executed perfectly. Transport dropped fighters overshot by 300 meters. Enough. First shot took leader's starboard engine. Second, caught partner's cockpit shield. Not kills, she wanted them alive but enough for uncontrolled spins. Jump now. Stars stretched to light lines. Earth orbit 23 minutes later. Lysandra's hands shook. Adrenaline crash concussion. Accelerated healing drawing resources. But mind clear. Someone in palace tried to kill her. Someone with authority to dispatch royal fighters. Someone who knew her flight plan. Short list of suspects. Sterling Falls, Arizona. Small settlement, red desert. 800 people. Solar collectors glinting. Low practical buildings. Dried fountain clogged pipes. Drake landed at public pad. Locals looked up, saw royal transport, looked away quickly. Out here, royalty was someone else's problem. Lysandra appreciated that. Marcus Thorne's shop was converted warehouse hand-painted sign Thorne Tech. If it's broke, I can fix it. She stood outside suddenly uncertain. What if he didn't remember, didn't care? 13 years changed people. She pushed the door. Organized chaos inside. Disassembled drones, agricultural equipment tools on magnetic strips. Machine oil and solder smell. And in back, bent over machinery, Marcus Thorne. Older, grey threading dark hair, broader shoulders, but same careful precision, same focused intensity from that transport 13 years ago. Didn't turn. Shops closed. Marcus Thorne. Names on the sign. Come back tomorrow. Unless you're dying, then see a real doctor. Gave up the license years ago. Lysandra walked closer. You saved my life once. Canthros Gate. 13 years ago. He paused. Set tools down deliberately. Finally turned. They looked at each other. Recognition flickered, not immediate, building slowly. She changed too. Terrified lieutenant to whatever she was now. You were bleeding, Marcus said quietly. Compound fracture left leg, shrapnel abdomen, kept apologizing for blood on my uniform. You stayed, through bombardment. Promised you wouldn't die alone. I didn't die. No. Almost smile. You became a queen, saw the broadcasts. Lieutenant Sarah Vale becomes Queen Lysandra after plague. Hell of a promotion. I looked for you. After recovery. You'd mustered out. Disappeared. War was over. I was tired. Came home. I found 47 Marcus Thorns before you. He blinked. You what? Known your location 3 years, 9 months, 16 days. Didn't know if you'd want to see me. Why now? Truth. He deserved it. Someone tried killing me today. 23 died instead. I realized the only person I trust is a retired medic who made terrible jokes about military coffee. Marcus studied her face, stitches, bruising, exhaustion. You're hurt. Broken ribs concussion. Nothing fatal. Physiology's healing. Let me see. Not a question. She lifted shirt, showed medicus tape. His examination quick, professional, careful. Decent job. Andralis healing compensating well. But you should rest, not fly across his star systems. No time. The attackers left a message. Phoenix Protocol. Kepler 7. She watched him carefully. Mean anything? Marcus went very still. Where'd you see that neural implant? Why? Don't know Phoenix Protocol. But Kepler 7 I was there. After Kanthros. His jaw tightened. We were supposed to arrive 6 hours after distress call. Command reassigned transports to evacuate VIPs from another sector. We got there 32 hours late. Ice in Lysandra's chest. 32 hours. 200 soldiers stationed. We found 17 alive. Flat clinical medic talk when emotions too big. Rest died waiting. Dehydration, blood loss, exposure. All preventable if we'd arrived on schedule. When I was on that transport, whispered. The VIP evacuation. I was one they rerouted for. Marcus looked sharp. What? After you stabilized me, Kanthros medical transport. Supposed to go rear hospitals. Halfway there, new orders. Emergency VIP evacuation. 6-hour detour. Hands shaking. I didn't know that delay meant. Not your fault. You were a patient. But I benefited. I lived because someone decided I was worth more than 200 soldiers. Voice cracked. 183 died because convoy stopped for me. You don't know. The math works. 6-hour delay. 26 transit arriving, 32 late instead of 6. Timeline matches. She looked at him. Any survivors who might have? One. A kid 18 maybe. Junior lieutenant. Bad shape, dehydration, exposure. Psychological trauma. Kept saying same thing. Phoenix Protocol. Phoenix will rise. They left us. Phoenix will make them pay. He survived. Don't know. Stabilized him. Moved to next casualty. When I came back, he'd been evacuated. Never saw him again. Marcus pulled datapad cross-referenced databases. 3 minutes searching. Result appeared. They stared. Junior Lieutenant Reese Ashford. Age 18. Kepler 7 survivor. Current status. Senior advisor to throne. Son of Lord Theron Ashford. He's been in palace 8 years. Lysandra said numbly. I appointed him. Thought I was giving a war hero second chances. Planning since before you became queen. Marcus pulled more data. Look service record. Kepler 7 when it fell. 17 youngest officer. 32 hours watching soldiers die. Then home 5 years rehabilitation. Palace service right as you took throne. Long game. Get close. Wait. Lysandra felt sick. 4 assassination attempts this year, all him. Before Marcus could answer, her comm chimed. Drake urgent. Majesty problem. Encrypted transmissions. Someone knows you're here. Time. 20 minutes before intercept. Lysandra looked at Marcus. I need help. Not medic intelligence analysis. Pattern recognition. Someone to figure Reese's plan before he kills me and everyone I protect. Long moment. Then 10 minutes to pack. Marcus. You think I'm letting you fly into a trap alone? Grabbed a duffel, threw things in with efficiency. Someone needs to keep you from heroic stupidity. Professional medical opinion. Marcus Thorne observation. Which is better? Despite everything, she smiled. Halfway to transport, Marcus spoke again. Coffee joke. You remember. Classified weapon for building character through suffering. You laughed, despite ribs, shrapnel artillery. He shook his head. Knew then you'd survive. Anyone laughing at bad jokes while dying has too much spite to quit. Professional opinion. Experience. They boarded, Drake waiting hand near sidearm, relaxing seeing Lysandra but tracking Marcus warily. Dr. Marcus Thorne, he's joining us. Drake nodded without question. Leave immediately. Palace knows you're here. Time, 15 minutes. As ship lifted, Lysandra pulled encrypted message on terminal. Words glowing dark. Phoenix Protocol. Kepler. The debt will be paid. Tell me everything about Kepler 7, she said, as stars appeared. Marcus settled across from her grim. Forward outpost, halfway between Canthros and Fleet, staging area for wounded supplies. We were ordered to reinforce after Canthros fell. But command reassigned transports for VIP evacuation. Permission to proceed came 32 hours late. Hands clenched. When we arrived graveyard, bodies everywhere. 17 survivors barely alive. They'd called for help. 32 hours watched friends die one by one. Reese was one. Youngest, 17 junior lieutenant. In command when senior officers died initial attack. 32 hours trying to keep people alive. No supplies, no reinforcements, no hope. Looked at her. If Kepler 7 survivors blame you for delay if they spent 13 years planning revenge. Today wasn't endgame, Lysandra finished. Opening move, Drake's voice cut through. Majesty problem. Unusual energy signatures, orbital platforms around Cascadia Prime. Lysandra moved to sensors. What she saw made her mouth dry. 12 platforms, 12 lights on tactical display, elevated readings, consistent with reactor overload. If those go critical, she started. Chain reaction, Marcus said flat. Radiation burst sterilizes Cascadia surface within hours. 3 billion people. Com chimed. Sterling's face appeared expressionized. Majesty situation. Someone initiated overload on 12 platforms. 96 minutes until detonation. Engineers can't abort remotely biometric locks. Who has codes? High Council. Lord Ashford, Senator Winters, myself. Sterling paled. And Reese Ashford. He's not in palace. Personal transport missing. Last location. Memory archive. Lysandra said quiet. Where we keep Kepler 7 records. 183 names. He wants me to see them before killing 3 billion. Sterling silent 3 seconds. Orders. Direct access to archive. Clear all personnel. And Sterling, if this goes wrong, evacuate Cascadia. Start with children. No time for 3 billion. Then as many as possible. That's an order. Screen dark. Marcus stared. You're confronting him. Alone. What he wants. If I don't show, he triggers early. If you do, he kills you. Probably. But gives a Sterling time on abort sequence. Every minute I keep him talking is another for engineers. Terrible plan. Only plan. She met his eyes. Can't ask you to come. Not asking. Telling. Pulled sidearm. Someone needs to watch your back. You're concussed, running on taxed healing. Judgments compromised. Always this stubborn. Only when people I care about walk into suicide missions. Words hung, waited meaning neither ready to examine. Drake brought them in, fast threading platforms with precision. Each platform lit like dying star cores burning too bright. 89 minutes. Skythrone docking clamps. Grab transport. Hangar empty. Sterling kept her word. Lysandra moving before airlock cycled. Marcus beside her weapon. Ready combat training not forgotten despite 13 civilian years. Corridor to archive. Sealed 3 security levels. Her biometrics opened 2. Third required senior council code. Already unlocked. Door open. Light spilling. Crystalline walls singing not harmonious, discordant keen setting teeth on edge. Palace knew something wrong. She stepped through Marcus at shoulder. Memory archive, cathedral to dead. Crystal walls 50 meters overhead carved with names records. Holographic displays, floating faces. Battle's final moments. Center of it all, beneath display, showing 183 Andrali soldiers, Reese Ashford. Different than palace meetings. Thinner, harder stillness from years planning one moment. Formal court attire, right hand holding small device pulsing red. Detonator. Hello, Lieutenant Vale. Voice calm, gentle. Thank you for coming. You killed 23. For my attention, Reese. Fairly certain. 24. Wounded guard died. Heart failure. Smile without humor. Though that's on you too. You appointed me security counsel. Gave access to everything. Marcus moved left. Wider target profile. Harder to track both. Reese noticed. Dr. Thorne. Famous Canthros medic. Impressive record. 247 saved under combat. Did my job, Marcus said flat. Yes, unlike some. Kepler 7, Lysandra said. You were there. The junior lieutenant Marcus treated. Surprised you remember. Left so many behind. I didn't leave. Transport got reassigned. While we died. Sharp as glass. 32 hours waiting. Wounded. Limited supplies. Called for help. Never came. Convoy delayed evacuating VIPs. From another sector. I know. Read reports. Gesture displays. Know their names I do. Everyone. Lieutenant Cara Meridian. Bled out in my arms, no plasma. Corporal Vance Holloway. Crushed Eastern Barracks collapsed. Private Elara Somis. 17 my age, dehydration final hour before you arrived. Voice broke on last name. Mask slipped, traumatized 17-year-old underneath. I'm sorry, Lysandra said quiet. Sorry I wasn't there. Sorry convoy delayed. Sorry 183 died waiting. But Reese, I was patient on that transport. Didn't give orders. Didn't choose VIP detour. Was unconscious in medical pod. But you lived. Got saved. Became queen. Lifted detonator. They died dark while you slept climate-controlled comfort. Killing 3 billion makes that right. Makes you understand. Hand tightened. What it's like responsible for deaths you couldn't prevent. Waking every day, knowing different circumstances, different choices, 183 would be alive. Marcus stepped forward carefully. Son, I know that feeling. Lost patience. Good people deserved better, but guilt poison eats you alive. Then let it. Hand shaking, finger steady. Been poisoned 13 years. Why should I be only 182 minutes? Lysandra's mind raced. Detonator biometrically locked, standard for weapons this magnitude. Shoot him, tackle him, anything rendering unconscious or dead would trigger automatically. Couldn't fight, only words. You're right, she said. Reese blinked. What? You're right. I'm responsible for Kepler 7. Lowered weapon completely. Not directly didn't give orders delaying convoy, but was part of system deciding some lives worth saving, others could wait. System choosing government officials over soldiers. System leaving 183 to die protecting people more important. Stop. You want understanding, I understand. 8 years queen making impossible choices, sending people into danger, allocating resources, deciding who lives, who waits. Every decision leaves bodies Reese. Everyone. Stepped closer. Read Kepler 7 memorial every year. All 183 names. No Cara Meridian, served 3 years before posting. No Vance Holloway. Had sister Cascadia Prime, visits his marker twice yearly. No Elara Somes, wanted engineer after service, had designed sketches for improved medical facilities outer colonies. Reese staring, detonator trembling. Know all of them. Lysandra continued, soft but carrying. Because you're right, I'm responsible. Not for orders delaying convoy, but every year since not honoring their sacrifice. Not making names known, not fighting to ensure other soldiers wouldn't be left behind like they were. They died because of you. No, died because command chose to prioritize weapons facility over soldiers, because system valued political power over human lives, because we were losing war, every decision impossible. Close now, seeing tears on Reese's face. But Reese, those 3 billion Cascadia Prime, didn't make that choice. Not responsible for command decisions, just people trying to live. Killing them doesn't honor Kepler 7 fallen, destroys everything they died protecting. Marcus spoke quiet. Remember you from after Kepler 7, kept asking if others made it out, safe. Just a kid trying to protect your people. My responsibility, Reese whispered. Did everything you could, but son, this gestured detonator, not protection. Pain looking for outlet. The people you lost wouldn't want this. 74 minutes. Lysandra saw conflict in Reese's eyes. 13 years, rage, guilt, trauma, battling something deeper. Something remembering being 17-year-old lieutenant, caring about people more than survival. She stepped closer. Touch close now. Can't bring them back, she said soft. Can't undo Kepler 7. Can't change 183 died waiting. But I promise give me that detonator will make sure entire galaxy knows their names. Not casualties in reports. Heroes deserved better. Soldiers whose sacrifice will never be forgotten. Promises are cheap. Then I'll prove it. 1 year. Don't trigger platforms. Let me show what I'll build their memory. Medical facilities. Outer colonies. Elara's dream. Education programs. Vance's legacy. Everything they wanted but never got chance for. After 1 year still believe genocide's answer, I won't stop you. But give me 1 year, honor them properly. Why should I believe you? Because spent 13 years looking for medics saved my life, Kantros. Because crossed half galaxy find someone I could trust when everyone had agenda. Because read 183 names every year carry their weight even though most think I should forget. Voice cracked. Because understand what it's like surviving when others didn't. Guilt never goes away, Reese. Becomes something we carry. Something honor by living better than circumstances. Creating it. 10 seconds. Nothing moved. Archive held breath. Crystalline walls quiet waiting. Something shifted Reese's expression. Rage cracking, pain underneath flooding. Just wanted someone remember them, he whispered. 13 years nobody cared. Just numbers. Needed them to matter. They matter, always mattered. Held out hand. Let me prove it. Reese looked at detonator. At holographic displays, 183 faces. At Lysandra standing unarmed, unafraid. Fingers moved across device surface. Code sequence entered. Biometric lock disengaged. Deadman switch light blinked off. Hand opened. Detonator fell. Lysandra caught it. Andralis reflexes faster than thought. Thumb found manual override pressed. Device beeped. Twice went dark. Tactical display. 12 platforms beginning emergency shutdown. 71 minutes. More than enough for abort. Reese collapsed. Folded in like building supports cut. Marcus moved fast, catching before hitting ground, easing down with care, shown countless wounded. Sorry, Reese saying over and over. Sorry, so sorry. I know. Marcus said quiet. No you are. Lysandra already on comm. Sterling, have detonator. Send override codes all platforms. Full emergency shutdown. Confirmed. Codes transmitting. Pause. Reese. Alive. Custody. Send medical psychiatric evaluation full trauma assessment. And Sterling, thank you for trusting me. Always majesty. Connection closed. Lysandra looked at small device in hand, thing barely larger than comm unit, held 3 billion lives hostage. Wanted to destroy it. Instead, powered down carefully. Set aside. Marcus checking Reese's vitals. Shock, dehydration, hasn't slept days, needs immediate medical long-term psychiatric. He tried killing 3 billion. Traumatized kid carrying survivor guilt 13 years without support. Looked up. Seen this before. Soldiers come home broken, never get help needed. War ends, they're still fighting it. Lysandra knew he was right, but part that saw 24 die today wanted justice. At what point trauma stops being explanation, starts being excuse? Never excuse. Context. Marcus stood, can hold accountable and acknowledge he needed help never received. Both things true. Archive doors burst open. Sterling entered, running weapon drawn, 6 guards, full combat gear. Majesty stopped taking in scene. Reese floor. Detonator powered down. Lysandra and Marcus standing over him unharmed. We're fine. Secure him. Medical observation, psychiatric evaluation. Maximum security, but treat humanely. He's broken enough. Guards moved professionally. As they lifted Reese carefully another figure doorway. Lord Theron Ashford face controlled devastation. Your Majesty, voice hoarse. My son, alive. Custody, facing charges attempted genocide, multiple murder. Met his eyes unflinching. And you're under investigation criminal negligence. Never knew his planning. But knew he was broken. Knew he came back Kepler 7 traumatized. Instead, proper treatment, pulled strings, palace appointments, gave access, security weapons protocols, voice eyes. You enable this. He's my son. Thought giving purpose role, rebuilding. Thought wrong, 24 dead because of it. Gestured guards, holding, determine involvement after securing immediate situation. Ashford went quiet, looking older than 55. Sterling waited until gone. All platforms responding shutdown commands. Cascadia Prime safe. Palace attack casualties. 24 confirmed. 41 wounded. Most recover fully. 24 lives. 24 families destroyed. All because 17-year-old watched friends die 13 years ago, spent every day since planning revenge. Comprehensive victim support, Lysandra said. Not standard protocol. Real support. Counseling, financial assistance. Whatever needed, long as needed. Of course, complete overhaul military veteran services. Mental health support, trauma counseling. If more soldiers like Reese, broken, angry, forgotten, find them, help them before hurting someone. Sterling nodded. Directives by morning. One more thing. Looked at holographic displays 183 faces. Public memorial Kepler 7. Not hidden archive. Somewhere every person entering Skythrone sees. Somewhere impossible ignore. Where? Main plaza. Crystal wall 60 meters. Every name visible anywhere plaza. First thing people see arriving. Consider it done. As Sterling left executing orders, Lysandra finally sat. Andrali's healing finished major repairs, ribs whole, concussion gone, but exhausted to bones. Marcus sat beside, close, not touching. Space to process. Almost shot him, Lysandra said quiet. Saw what he'd done, what he planned half second, wanted bullet in head done. But didn't. Only because knew would trigger detonator. Not because being merciful. Looked at him. What's that say about me? Says you're human. Even queens allowed humans sometimes. I'm not human, Andralis. Know what I mean? She did. Made it worse somehow. Sat silent minutes, archive quiet around them. Holographic displays, cycling memorial sequences. 183 faces, service records, final moments. What happens now? Marcos asked eventually. Keep promise. Build memorial. Establish support programs. Make sure 183 never forgotten. Turn to him. Need help. Someone I trust. Someone understands carrying weight people couldn't save. We're offering job. Offering purpose. Senior advisor, strategic intelligence. Veteran affairs, full access, everything, clearances, resources, authority. Building programs. However you see fit. Met his eyes. You'd give up quiet earth life. Trade peace for chaos. Court will hate you. Sounds terrible, Marcos said. When start, despite everything smiled. Serious. Made promise 13 years ago. No expiration. Stood offered hand. Besides, someone needs keeping you from getting killed, doing heroic stupid things. She took his hand, let him pull her up. Thank you. Don't thank yet. Haven't seen how bad court politics are. Trust me, after today, anything else manageable. They walked back through sky-thrown corridors together, past attack damage, past memorial markers, soon holding 24 new names. Staff stopped, bowed as Lysandra passed, faces showing relief, lingering fear, equal measure. Next hours blurred. Medical checks confirming healing progressing normally. Emergency Council briefing, what happened? Secure communications, Earth government. Assuring crisis contained. Through all Marcus stayed beside. Offering tactical advice. Providing medical expertise. Being exactly what needed steady presence. Asking nothing, giving everything. 3 hours after Archive Sterling found them, observation deck overlooking Cascadia Prime. Senator Winters requesting audience. Once discussing strengthening alliance security protocols, light today's events. Tell her 1 hour. I need moment. Sterling nodded, withdrew, quiet. Marcus watched planet turning slow below. Holding up, barely, leaned against the railing. 24 dead, 3 billion almost dead. 183 dead 13 years ago, finally acknowledged. Too much Marcus, too many names, too much weight. Then let someone else carry some. Moved beside her. Don't have to do alone. I'm queen, supposed to. Your person happens to be queen. Difference. Voice gentle. People need help sometimes, even ones wearing crowns. Lysandra felt something crack inside wall, built to keep functioning crisis after crisis. Tears burned in eyes. Tired, she whispered. So tired people trying kill me. Tired impossible choices. Tired carrying names people died because wasn't good enough, fast enough, smart enough, save them. Then rest, just moment. His hand found hers. I'll keep watch. Promise. No expiration dates. Remember. Lysandra let herself lean on someone. Let herself be Lieutenant Sarah Vale again. Scared girl. Held stranger's hand through artillery. Believed his promise wouldn't die alone. Stood like that 10 minutes. No words. Just presence. Finally straightened, steadier. Not healed, would take time but functional. Thank you. That's what advisors for. Don't think that's official job description. Then we'll add it. Good at making rules as I go. Laughed despite herself. Missed this. Will I miss the par what? Having someone treats me like person instead of symbol. Get used to it. Not going anywhere. Promise settled over her like blanket. Warm, solid, real. The phoenix had begun to rise. Lysandra woke 16 hours later to urgent comm chime. She'd finally agreed rest after Sterling threatened personal sedation. Medical set her up royal quarters, strict instructions, not moving 12 hours. Andrali's healing finished major repairs, but body needed recovery time from energy expenditure. Comm chimed again. Sterling's voice carried edge making combat instincts flare. Majesty situation. Need to see this. Moving before fully processed, Andrali's reflexes, bringing her sleep to combat ready seconds. On my way. Medical won't. Medical can file complaint. 2 minutes. Marcus, already waiting outside quarters, looked like actually slept, meaning Sterling probably assigned roommate sleeping direct order. Crisis. Apparently, the Sterling in tactical ops surrounded holographic displays showing data streams, surveillance feeds. Commander looked like hadn't slept at all. Report. 20 minutes ago received this. Pulled up video. Encrypted Kepler 7 protocols. Took cryptography 18 minutes cracking. Video began. Image quality poor, deliberately degraded. Figure military stealth armor abandoned facility. Voice distorted, impossible identify. People Cascadia Prime. By now know your queen narrowly avoided catastrophe. What don't know, Phoenix Protocol just begun. Ice in Lysandra's blood. Reese Ashford was one soldier, one operator. Phoenix is bigger. Figure gestured off camera. We are forgotten, abandoned. Soldiers survived Kepler 7 only to be cast aside by system valuing political power over human lives. Camera panned, showing room full people similar armor. 20, maybe more shadows. Yesterday was message, today deliver terms. Distorted voice, absolute certainty. Queen Lysandra Vale will abdicate 72 hours. Face trial her role Kepler 7 massacre. Personally read names every soldier died before execution. Marcus spoke quiet. Not negotiation. Theater. If refuses, figure continued. Demonstrate yesterday's orbital platform was test run. We have assets throughout Alliance. Operatives' positions you cannot imagine. Patients born 13 years waiting justice. Cut to black. Final image appeared symbol. Stylized phoenix rising flames wrapped around Kepler 7 station designation. 72 hours distorted voice. Choose wisely, Majesty. 183 demand their due. Transmission ended. Sterling killed display. Analyzing now. Location, equipment signatures, voice patterns. But whoever made this new covering tracks might get lucky. They've had 13 years planning, Lysandra finished. Won't make mistakes easily. What we know about Kepler 7 survivors? Marcus asked. Official count 17. Where now Sterling pulled personnel files. Most dead suicide combat related subsequent battles. One industrial accident. Of 17, only 4 alive. Reese Ashford, obviously. Corporal Jessa Wayne, 31 outer colonies. Technical Specialist David Merrick, 34 honorably discharged civilian contractor. And stopped. And Captain Helena Vance, 30, currently face-paled. Alliance Defense Coordination Liaison has accessed every military installation Alliance space. Pieces clicked, horrible clarity. How long that position? 8 years, since right after you took throne. Already pulling security protocols. If she's been feeding intelligence Phoenix 8 years, then they know everything. Every defense installation, every security protocol, every weakness. Lysandra felt sick. Show file. Holographic materialized. Captain Helena Vance stared from service photo. Dark eyes, sharp features, controlled intensity, making excellent officers. Record impeccable. Multiple commendations. Highest security clearances. Model soldier. Underneath, 17-year-old watched older brother Corporal Vance Holloway die Kepler 7 while help delayed 32 hours. Planning entire time, Marcus said. Getting close, gaining access, waiting perfect moment. Reese was never mastermind, Lysandra realized. Opening move, distraction. While focused on him, she activated real network. Sterling issuing commands security teams. Pulling access logs. If track what she's been looking at might predict. Don't. Both looked at Lysandra. Don't tip off, we know. If start obviously investigating, goes underground, lose only lead. Keep monitoring subtle. Want to know where she is, what accessing, who communicating. Don't let her know we're watching. With respect, this woman has access. Critical systems. Then we move fast, but smart. Pulled up Alliance space map. Transmission mentioned assets throughout territory. Operatives we haven't identified. Go loud on Vance, others disappear. So what propose? Give them what want, or make them think we are. Marcus raised eyebrow. Pretend abdicate. Open negotiations, publicly. Statement taking grievances seriously, want discussing terms. Looked at Sterling. Can arrange secure location for meeting. Somewhere we control, but they'd believe neutral. Meridian Station. Diplomatic facility, neutral space exactly halfway. Cascadia and outer colonies. Use alliance negotiations. Perfect. Send public response their transmission. Say want meeting Phoenix representatives discuss demands. No weapons, no guards, just dialogue. Make sound genuine. Sterling skeptical. They'll know it's trap. Of course, but come anyway, because can't resist opportunity confronting me directly. Entire movement of built idea I'm responsible Kepler 7. Want facing me. And when arrive, we'll be ready. Not way they expect. Turn the Marcus. Need pulling every intelligence piece we have Kepler 7. Medical records, command logs, communication transcripts. Everything. If countering their narrative need complete picture. On it. As Marcus left, Sterling pulled Lysandra aside. This incredibly dangerous. If Phoenix has operatives, security forces, access systems, then sitting here waiting, strike even more dangerous. Need controlling engagement. Force them moving our timeline instead theirs. And if don't take bait, they will. Because core this isn't tactics or strategy. About pain grief never properly addressed. Need facing me. Need making me understand what lost. Voice softened. And then honestly, Sterling, maybe they deserve that much. Maybe I need hearing directly from people I failed. You didn't fail. Didn't I was transport delayed their rescue. My medical evacuation took priority survival. Whether gave orders or not, benefited from system, left them die. Met Sterling's eyes. If facing that truth prevents more deaths, I'll do it. Sterling quiet moment. I'll arrange meeting, but I'm coming. Non-negotiable. Deal. Public response went out 6 hours later. Carefully worded statement expressing Lysandra's willingness meeting Phoenix representatives, hearing grievances, discussing potential paths toward justice Kepler 7 victims. Phoenix response within hour. Single word. Agreed. Meeting set 48 hours later Meridian Station. Lysandra spent intervening time preparing ways never prepared diplomatic encounter. Marcus delivered intelligence analysis after 20 hours straight research. Met Lysandra's private office away from court inevitable years. Went through everything, he said, pulling holographic timelines. Every communication log command decision, medical record from Kepler 7 and delayed convoy. And official story accurate mostly. Command did reassign transport resources, evacuate VIPs Sector 7. Convoy Kepler 7 delayed 32 hours. 183 soldiers died during that time. But actual decision making more complicated than VIPs versus soldiers. Expanded timeline. Sector 7 wasn't just government officials. Research station conducting classified weapons development. If facility captured enemy forces, technology would have turned war-tide. Something shifted Lysandra's understanding. So command, choosing between saving 200 soldiers and potentially losing entire war. Essentially, impossible choice. Save Kepler 7 risk catastrophic weapons enemy hands. Delay Kepler 7 hope soldiers hold out. Pulled casualty projections. According medical assessments, Command believed Kepler 7 had sufficient supplies sustain 48 hours. Gamble 32 would be survivable. They were wrong. Wrong, not malicious, not negligent, just wrong. Looked at her. Doesn't make deaths less tragic. Changes narrative from callous abandonment to impossible wartime decision had devastating consequences. Lysandra absorbed this. Does this help? Maybe. If get Phoenix understanding common trying prevent larger catastrophe delay wasn't about valuing some lives over others, about minimizing total casualties, might open dialogue door. Or makes them angrier, makes them feel like justifying unjustifiable. That's risk. Lysandra pulled service records 4 living Kepler 7 survivors. Reese Ashford, Jessa Wynn, David Merrick, Helena Vance. Tell me about Vance, everything. Marcus compiled data. Helena Vance, 17 Kepler 7, communications specialist. Older brother Corporal Vance Holloway. Senior NCO held command after officers killed. According witness statements, died trying manually operate water purification after automated systems failed. Helena watched him die dehydration while working save others. How she survived? One of last, found barely alive when relief arrived. 3 weeks intensive care. Psychological evaluation noted severe PTSD survivor guilt, what doctors termed pathological focus accountability, meaning became obsessed understanding who responsible delay, who made decision, why happened. Reports say spent years filing requests, classified documents, piecing command chain, paused, eventually stopped asking joined military, rose ranks quickly, earned way positions high security access, so she could get answers herself and build network other survivors. Other people felt abandoned system, pull the communication patterns. Look past 8 years regular contact, at least 15 other Kepler-7 survivors' families. None flagged suspicious because legitimate reasons, veteran support groups, memorial planning, recruiting, 13 years, building Phoenix piece by piece, waiting right moment strike. Lysandra felt grudging admiration for patience planning that required, not hot-headed revenge. Cold calculated justice or what passed justice in mind. Someone watched brother die while help delayed. How many operators you think Phoenix has? Base transmission, 20 confirmed that room, likely more. Cross-referencing Vance's contacts with current military civilian positions. Ran analysis, potentially 40 to 60, varying involvement levels. Maybe dozen core operatives, serious capabilities. Rest support network intelligence logistics. Can identify before meeting. Some, but move prematurely. Others scatter. So we go meeting knowing enemy has superior intelligence, potentially twice many operators as we identify. Marcus Grimm. Pretty much. Wonderful. Sterling joined hour later tactical preparations. Meridian Station. Assigned security detail I personally vetted. No Kepler-7 connections. No contact vans past year. 12 guards, all loyal. How certain loyal? Your palace attack. Fought alongside you. Won't let Phoenix hurt you. Not perfect security. Situation where perfect impossible. Good enough would do. Transport to Meridian. Left 30 hours before scheduled meeting. Lysandra wanted time. Preparing space, understanding tactical environment. Ensuring not walking into situation, no exit strategy. Marcus came. Sterling too. 12 guards, 1 additional passenger. Sterling insisted Senator Victoria Winters representing Earth Alliance interests. If goes wrong, Winters said, quiet boarding, Earth needs knowing exactly what happened. I'm witness. If goes wrong, you'll be casualty along rest us. Then casualty with full knowledge truth. Better dying ignorance. Couldn't argue that logic. Meridian Station, Marvel cooperative engineering part, Andralis design part, human construction symbol, what Alliance could achieve. Working together, orbited, uninhabited planet, neutral space architecture, flowing geometric ways satisfied both species aesthetics. Docked 16 hours before meeting, Sterling immediately began security sweeps while Lysandra Marcus examined chosen meeting room. Perfect for needed circular chamber, transparent walls showing planet below, stars beyond. One entrance easily monitored. No weapons detection per agreement, but enough structural integrity, contain firefight if necessary. They'll probably come early, Marcus observed. Try planting surveillance weapons before arrive. Let them, Sterling's team, find anything obvious. And if Phoenix plants something subtle enough we don't catch, well, tells us how sophisticated operation really is. Spent remaining hours reviewing intelligence, running scenarios, preparing every contingency could imagine. Lysandra had Marcus brief her 3 times Kepler-7 specifics until could recite casualty names, circumstances, medical details, how each died. Would not walk into meeting ignorant pain facing. 6 hours before scheduled time, Sterling's sensors detected approaching ship. Small, fast civilian transponder but military stealth capabilities. They're early, Sterling confirmed. Intercept, no, let dock. Monitor, don't engage. Through security feed watched 6 figures, civilian clothes, exit ship, make way, meeting chamber. Moved military precision, checking angles, scanning threats. One produced device swept room electronics. Finding nothing, Sterling removed all surveillance as agreed, settled wait. Lysandra recognized one immediately from service photos. Captain Helena Vance, removed uniform but carried herself soldier, every movement economical, purposeful. That's her, Marcus confirmed. Others recognized 2 from Kepler 7 survivor files. Remaining 3 might be family recruited operatives. Only 6. Expected more. Came meeting Queen, only 6 people. Either very confident or test. See how react before committing larger forces. Or trap real strike team somewhere else. Sterling's expression showed already thought that. Got teams monitoring all approach vectors. If more ships arrive, we'll know. 2 hours before scheduled, Lysandra made decision. We go in. Just me, Marcus. Sterling stay here overwatch. Majesty. What they're expecting when show up armed escort broadcasts, don't trust them. Not serious dialogue. Shouldn't trust them. Threatened genocide. I know, but need them believing I'm willing listen. Requires vulnerability. Met her eyes. This only works if think have upper hand. Sterling wanted argue. Saw tension around eyes, jaw set. Finally nodded. Teams ready, breach your signal. If anything wrong, you'll know. Lysandra Marcos walked meeting chamber alone. No weapons, no armor, no visible security. Just 2 people coming, have conversation, impossible choices. Wait 183 names. Door opened. Helena Vance stood center circular room silhouetted against stars beyond. 5 others arrayed perimeter, not threatening, but clearly positioned, rapid response. Vance's eyes locked onto Lysandra intensity, almost physical. Your Majesty, thank you coming. Captain Vance, or Phoenix Commander now. Slight smile. Helena fine. Ranks titles feel hollow after 13 years watching system protect itself while forgetting people bled for it. I haven't forgotten. Lysandra moved center room maintaining eye contact. Read Kepler 7 memorial every year. All 183 names, including your brother Vance Holloway. Something flickered Helena's expression. Surprise maybe Lysandra knew. Know how he died. Dehydration. Working manually repair water purification after automated failed. Kept others alive 18 hours before body gave out. Voice steady. Died trying save people, not waiting be saved. Died because help promised never arrived time. No. Died because command made choice. Prioritize weapons research over forward outpost. Because someone decided losing 200 soldiers, acceptable cost if meant preventing enemy acquiring technology, could have turned war. Helena's eyes narrowed. Trying justify. Trying give you context you've been missing. Full picture. Why convoy delayed. Pulled holographic display between them. Classified reports Marcus compiled. This what command facing. Kepler 7 requesting immediate assistance. Sector 7 weapons facility under attack. Verge overrun. Not enough transport capacity handle both simultaneously. Choice between saving 200 soldiers or preventing weapons falling enemy hands could have killed tens thousands. Helena stared data. This classified. How? Because need you understanding people delayed convoy weren't monsters. Officers making impossible choice, limited information, catastrophic consequences either way. Chose wrong. Projected supply timelines optimistic. Your people died, but alternative might have been losing entire war. One other Phoenix operative spoke. So we were acceptable losses. That what saying no. Saying you were loved, people died situation, every choice led deaths. where command had choose between different catastrophes, hoped picked option minimized total casualties, looked each turn, doesn't make pain less real, doesn't make loss less devastating, changes it from willful abandonment to tragic miscalculation. Helena's hands clenched. My brother died believing help coming, just needed hold little longer. Never came. I know, I'm sorry. Sorry command made choice cost his life. Sorry you watched him die. Sorry 13 years nobody properly acknowledged Kepler 7 survivors went through. Voice cracked slightly. But Helena, I was transport delayed your rescue. Unconscious medical pod after Canthros. No authority, no knowledge situation, no ability change anything. And 13 years I've carried weight, knowing my medical evacuation took priority. 200 soldiers needed help more. Then understand words like responsible deaths couldn't prevent. Understand we both carry ghosts, both wake seeing faces people couldn't save. War ended, everyone except people survived it. Stepped closer. But also, understand killing 3 billion, make me hurt way you hurt, doesn't honor brother's sacrifice, destroys it. So what propose? Forgive, forget, pretend. Kepler scenario never happened. No, remember, properly, publicly, build memorial. Massive every person entering Sky Throne sees, knows exactly who died, why. Establish support systems. Other veterans don't spend 13 years drowning pain never addressed. Change system created tragedy, so never happens again. Marcus spoke first time. Treated your brother Helena. Briefly after arrived. Already too far gone conscious enough speak. Know what he said? Helena's eyes bright and shed tears. What Rita said, tell sister I tried. Tell her I'm sorry couldn't hold longer. Last thoughts were you, failing you dying. Voice gentle. Think he'd want you destroying peace. Died trying protect killing billions, his name. He'd want justice. He'd want you live. Heal. Build something better from wreckage. Pulled holographic image young woman communications specialist uniformed. Smiling camera. This was you. Before Kepler 7. Before Phoenix. 17 wanted work interstellar communications. Connect colonies across alliance. Helena stared younger self. That person died Kepler 7. Or buried under 13 years pain rage. Maybe could come back if let her. Room silent long moment. Lysandra felt tension fragile. Balance between violence understanding. Then Helena spoke voice barely whisper. Can't just let go. Can't forgive system killed brother. Not asking forgive. Asking redirect. Take rage pain use build something prevents other soldiers dying way Vance did. Make sure no other 17-year-old watches brother die dehydration while help delayed. How? Work with me. You have intelligence, systemic failures across alliance military. Spend 13 years documenting every gap weakness place soldiers fall through cracks. That knowledge valuable. Use rebuild instead destroy. Want me work for Queen I tried kill. Want you work for 183 soldiers died Kepler 7. For veterans broken forgotten. For next generation deserves better than we got. Held out hand. Help me build that better system. Or kill me watch everything brother died protecting burn ash. Helena stared offered hand. At Lysandra's face. At holographic image, younger self still glowing between them. Finally spoke to other Phoenix operatives. Stand down. Commander. Said stand down. Order. Slowly, reluctantly, others relaxed ready stances. Helena now looked back Lysandra. Want full transparency. Access all decision-making veteran affairs. Authority investigate report systemic failures without censorship. Granted. One Kepler 7 memorial include complete service records. Every soldier's face story, what wanted do after war. Not just names wall. Done. And want Reese Ashford receive proper psychiatric care, not punishment. He is broken, not evil. Already being handled. Helena took Lysandra's hand. Grip strong testing. If this manipulation, if using me, then you'll know exactly how destroy me. You've had 13 years study weaknesses. Trusting you that knowledge, because believe you're more than pain defining you. Stood hands clasped while stars wheeled beyond transparent walls. Two women carrying impossible weights, finding unexpected path towards something. Wasn't quite forgiveness, but might be understanding. Phoenix Protocol suspended, Helena said finally. Operatives stand down pending further orders. But Majesty doesn't end vigilance. We'll be watching, ensuring keep promises. Wouldn't expect less. As released hands, one other operative spoke. What happens as threatened genocide? Committed treason. Lysandra looked young faces, marked trauma old eyes, seen too much. Get what Ree's getting. Proper support, mental health care, chance heal, rebuild lives. And if can get be part building better system, keep talking about. Just that no consequences. There'll be accountability, but accountability doesn't have mean destruction. Can mean understanding what went wrong, choosing different path forward. Paused. War made all us people didn't want to be. Maybe time all got chance become something better. Meeting lasted another 2 hours. Logistics, specifics. How dismantle Phoenix network without triggering panic. How integrate intelligence gathered into systemic reforms. How build memorial properly. Through all, Lysandra felt something shifting. Weight on shoulders didn't disappear. 183 names still pressed down, demanding honored. But first time 8 years wasn't carrying alone. When finally returned, transport Sterling, waiting barely concealed anxiety. Status, Phoenix Protocol suspended. Operatives standing down. No casualties. A loud small smile. Going build memorial instead war. Sterling's relief visible, thank God. When in there 2 hours thought, that gone wrong almost did, found path through. Marcus quiet during flight back, sky throne. Finally as Cascadia Prime came, view spoke. That was either bravest thing I've seen or most reckless. Can't be both. Fair point. Docket find palace organized chaos. News Phoenix suspension already spread official channels. Council demanding explanations. Earth government wanted briefings. Media circling scavengers. Lysandra ignored all, went straight. Memory archive. Holographic displays still showed 183 faces. But now instead ghosts haunting felt like people made promise to. Promise finally keeping. Stood long time reading names. Remembering stories. When finally turned the leaf, Marcus waiting entrance. Okay. No, but better than yesterday. Looked back displays. Going build something worthy them, all them. Even once tried kill me. That's either wisdom or madness. With me usually both. Walked back through Sky Throne together. Past crystalline walls, finally stopped discordant keening. Palace healing slowly from attack damage. People inside healing too, wounds both physical otherwise. Would take time, years probably, maybe decades, fully address systemic failures. Created Phoenix Protocol first place, but started. And sometimes Lysandra thought starting was hardest part. 3 months later, Lysandra stood main plaza Sky Throne, watched final crystal section, positioned atop memorial wall. Structure rose 60 meters into manufactured Sky Station's central dome, catching light every angle. Refracting patterns shifted throughout day. 183 names carved crystal, each accompanied holographic display, showing person's face, service record, personal dreams, beautiful, terrible, equal measure, promise kept. Helena Vance stood beside directing construction team precision. Someone spent months planning every detail. Former Phoenix commander became Lysandra's senior director. Veteran affairs position giving authority investigate reform systems failed Kepler 7 survivors. Transition hadn't been smooth. Half council wanted, Helena tried treason. Earth government expressed serious concerns. appointing someone recently threatened genocide high-level position. Media wishes. Lysandra ignored all. Dedication ceremony scheduled next week. Helena say, checking datapad. Confirmed attendance 87 family members, Kepler 7 fallen. Media coverage extensive. The House Rees expression softened. Better. Psychiatric care helping started actually talking about Kepler 7 instead just carrying it. Long way go but paused. Asked if could attend ceremony. What told him? Your decision. He's technically still facing charges palace attack, orbital platform incident. Lysandra considered. Rees spent 3 months psychiatric facility intensive trauma therapy. Doctors reported significant progress, warned the recovery measured years not months. He can attend, under supervision, deserves being there when honor people trying avenge. Helena nodded. I'll arrange. Stood silence moment watching construction team make final adjustments. Crystal caught light through rainbows across plaza painting everything colors. Too bright. Memorial dead. Keep waiting other shoe drop. Helena said, quiet, for revealing this all manipulation, using me political cover control Phoenix network. And keep doing exactly promised, building memorial, implementing reforms, treating Rees compassion instead punishment. Looked at Lysandra. Why after everything we did, threatened, why trust me? Because did what you did, love brother loyalty, soldiers died waiting help. Those aren't evil motivations, human ones. Turned face her. And because needs someone understands cost systemic failure. Someone won't let me or council forget every policy decision affects real people, real lives. Remarkably optimistic view, someone tried genocide. You didn't commit genocide. Threatened. Difference. Is their intent matters. So does choice. Chose stand down, chose redirect pain building instead destroying. That choice defines you more than threats made. Helena looked away. Sometimes still one burn all down. When see bureaucracy inefficiency, weigh system values optics over outcomes, remember why Phoenix seemed our only answer. What stops you? Memorial. Knowing if destroy system, this never gets built. Vance's name stays buried classified files. 87 families coming next week never get closure. Jaw tightened. And knowing you'll actually listen when point out failures. Can be angry without being destructive. Good. Stay angry. Channel it. Marcus found them hour later carrying datapads full reports. Thrown himself into senior advisor role, same intense focus once applied field medicine. 3 months restructured. Skythrone intelligence analysis, implemented new protocols, veteran support, somehow found time personally reviewing every reform proposal Helena submitted. Problem, he said without preamble. Or potentially. Depends how look. Explain. Pulled communication log. Been receiving inquiries other veteran groups. Not Phoenix different conflicts wars. Heard about Kepler 7 memorial reforms implementing. Want similar recognition, they're fallen. Lysandra felt stomach sink. How many? 47 so far, growing. Apparently, News Phoenix peaceful resolution spreading veteran networks. People seeing template getting acknowledgement. Helena spoke. That's not problem. Validation. Proof Kepler 7 wasn't unique. Veterans throughout Alliance feel forgotten, need support. Problem if can't scale response. Marcus countered. Built one memorial, reformed one system. Can do 47 times. Have resources. Political capital time. Lysandra thought. 47 groups forgotten soldiers. 47 sets, names deserved recognition. 47 potential Phoenix protocols waiting ignite if pain not properly addressed. Make priority. Establish formal process. Veteran groups submit recognition requests. Create team. Helena, you lead evaluate each case, develop appropriate responses. Maybe not all need 60-meter crystal memorials, but all deserve acknowledgement. Council fight you, Marcus warned. Budget implications. Council can accept or resign, not negotiating this. Looked both. Started something when chose build instead destroy. Now follow through. Even hard. Especially hard. Helena's expression showed something Lysandra rarely saw: genuine respect. Have proposal drafted next week. Dedication ceremony. Kepler's memorial. Scheduled anniversary exactly 13 years since 183 died waiting help. Week leading chaos. Media crews descended sky throne. 87 family members arrived, each carrying grief suppressed, ignored decade plus. Security protocols adjusted. Speeches written, rewritten. Through all, Lysandra felt weight expectation pressing. This had be perfect. These families deserved perfect. Night before ceremony, couldn't sleep. Andrale's physiology only needed few hours rest, but even that eluded as mind churned possibilities. What could wrong? Ended observation deck overlooking Cascadia Prime, watching planet turn slow beneath. Marcus found her as always seemed when spiraling. Can't sleep either. Too much thinking. Pressure get right. Prepared well anyone could. Memorial extraordinary. Families grateful. What else do? Worry saying wrong thing. Some family angry took 13 years. About stopped. About not being enough make up what lost. Marcus quiet. Know what learned 3 months working Helena. Other Phoenix operatives. They don't expect make up Kepler 7. Just want acknowledgement happen mattered. That's all. Everything else bonus. Seems too simple. Most profound truths simple. Complicate overthinking. Despite herself smiled. Marcus Thorne observation. No it is. Stood comfortable silence watching stars. 3 months become routine, finding each other quiet moments, sharing weight, impossible responsibilities, being human together when rest world demanded more. Beck asked something, Lysandra said eventually. Always. Ever regret coming back? All this had peaceful earth life. No politics, assassination attempts, memorials, build 183 dead. Marcus considered seriously. Sometimes miss simplicity. Quiet. Fixing broken drone doesn't carry weight 3 billion lives. But this matters more. What building memorial support systems reforms might prevent next Phoenix protocol, next Reese Ashford, next group traumatized soldiers feel so forgotten violence seems only answer. Looked at her. Can't fix everyone, but can help fix this. Worth chaos. Even when chaos includes me, nearly getting killed every few months. Especially then, someone needs keep you from heroic stupidity. In job description now. Added myself. Senior advisors have authority. Laughed. Felt good pressure releasing valve sealed too long. Thank you, quiet, for staying. Believing this could work when everyone thought insane trusting Phoenix operatives. Welcome. Though records still think you're little insane. Just good kind. Dedication ceremony began dawn. Lysandra chose time deliberately moment when Cascadia's sun first touched memorial crystal lighting within making 183 names glow constellations. Thousands gathered plaza. Family members front rows, faces showing every emotion, grief to relief to anger. Behind veterans, dozen different conflicts standing attention. Further back, civilians, calm witness history. Media drones circled overhead, mechanical vultures, capturing every angle. Lysandra stood before memorial feeling weight, countless eyes. Written speech spent days crafting perfect words. But standing there, looking 183 faces, staring back, holographic displays, prepared words felt hollow. Spoke from heart instead. 13 years ago, 200 soldiers stood Kepler 7 outpost waited help. 183 died waiting. 13 years, names buried reports. Families mourned silence. Sacrifices noted, Classified documents forgotten. Everyone except people loved them. People survived. Today ends. This memorial isn't just crystal light. Promise. Promise never forget. Every name here mattered. Every life had value, purpose. Also, acknowledgement failure, my failure, command's failure, alliance's failure, properly care people bleed defense. Saw council members shifting uncomfortable. Good should be uncomfortable. Lieutenant Kara Meridians wanted design better medical facilities outer colonies, building them her name. First opens next month Meridian Station. Corporal Vance Holloway wanted teacher, establishing education programs, veteran children, his memory, ensuring next generation learns mistakes. Private Elara Somes wanted engineer, funding technical training scholarships young people throughout Alliance. Her dream lives on. 183 soldiers, 183 dreams ended too soon. 183 reasons do better. To families here, cannot give back what lost, cannot undo 13 years silence, cannot make pain away, but promise loved ones never forgotten. Names shine here, long sky throne stands. Every person passes plaza, see remember freedom has cost. Peace built sacrifice. We owe everything, people gave everything. Paused, the throat tight. To veterans survived, thank you carrying weight fallen so long. Thank you, service, sacrifice, willingness. Continue fighting even after war ended. You're not forgotten, not alone. Starting today, systems place ensure never feel abandoned again. And to 183, voice broke, took breath, continued. I'm sorry. Sorry every failure led deaths. Sorry every year forgotten. Sorry benefited system valued some lives over others. But promise sacrifice not vain. Peace today bought your blood. Alliance building founded lessons deaths taught. Will honor becoming worthy what gave. May names echo eternity. May dreams inspire generations. May never forget what sacrifice the soul could live. Stepped back, crowd silent long moment. Then someone began applaud, slow, rhythmic, respectful. Mrs. Elara Meridian, mother come Lysandra 3 months asking only daughter be remembered. Others joined. Seconds entire plaza filled. Applause sounded more thunder celebration. Release 13 years suppressed grief, anger, pain. Lysandra stood before memorial tears, streaming face let herself feel full weight 183 lives. Hurt, but clean hurt. Kind came finally acknowledging wound instead letting fester. After ceremony reception, Lysandra found surrounded family members. Each wanted tell about lost soldier. Stories, memories, photographs. Worn soft 13 years handling. Listened all, remembered every story, added every detail mental catalog people whose names carried. But Miss Meridian appeared, after hour gently extracting Lysandra crowd. Majesty look exhausted. I'm fine. Not, okay, this exhausting work. Old woman smiled. But good work, thank you doing. Should have done 13 years ago, maybe, but doing now. Counts something. Helena Vance approached. Accompanied young man. Civilian clothes moved careful precision. Someone recently released psychiatric care. Reese Ashford. Looked different last time. Healthier, steadier. Though eyes still carried shadows, would probably never fully disappear. Stopped respectful distance. Clearly uncertain welcome. Majesty. Quiet, thank, allowing attend. How are the Reese? Better. Therapy helping, slowly, looked memorial. Seeing names like this, properly honored, makes rage less searched words, less consuming. Maybe can let them rest now. They deserve rest, so do you. Don't know if deserve anything after what did. Deserve chance heal. Build something better from pain. We all do. Gestured memorial. Your pain real. Anger justified. Methods wrong but core feeling mattered. Still matters. Reese's eyes bright unshed tears. Sorry for attack. People died. For no accept apology. But Reese need forgive yourself too. Hardest part. Don't know if can. Then start trying. One day time. One moment time. Looked Helena. Have people understand now? Been where you are. Let them help. Helena nodded. Starting support group. Kepler 7 survivors families. Safe space talk trauma without judgment. Reese joining. Good. That's good. As walked away, Marcus appeared Lysandra's elbow, handling this remarkable grace, falling apart inside. Very good hiding it. Years practice. Reception lasted 3 hours. Last family departed Lysandra running fumes sheer stubbornness. Sterling found quiet corner reviewing security reports, eyes barely focus. Need rest. I'm. Been awake 36 hours. Andral is healing impressive, not infinite. Rest. Order from security chief. Wanted argue, but Sterling right. So tired even enhanced physiology struggling compensate. 1 hour, then council. Postponed. Took liberty rescheduling tomorrow. They can wait. Sterling can't just, can did. Now go quarters sleep before collapse. No arguing. Stay Sterling this mood. Went. Woke 8 hours later find. Slept through 2 calm alerts. 1 emergency council summons. Subsequently cancelled. Approximately 47 media interview requests. Ignored all. Went observation deck. Memorial visible here. Glowing artificial starlight. Even distance could make holographic displays, cycling faces, stories. 183 people, 183 promises kept. Supposed resting. Marcus settled beside carrying 2 cups, something smelled actual coffee. Instead synthesized substitute, usually passed for it. Where get real coffee? Have sources. Senior advisor comes perks. Drank comfortable silence watching memorial glow. Helena submitted proposal veteran recognition program. Marcus said eventually. Good. Really good. Detailed process evaluating requests. Tiered response based scope urgency integration. Existing support. Can fund. Not easily. But yes, if reallocate defense spending convenes earth match investment, do it. Whatever takes. Council won't like budget implications. Council can adjust. Non-negotiable. Marcus smiled slight. Gotten more autocratic 3 months. Gotten more certain what matters. Difference. Is there. Sometimes Queen needs making decisions without seeking consensus. This one those times. Spoken like someone learned wield power effectively. Or someone too tired care political pushback. Also valid. Lapsed back silence. Lysandra felt day wait settling ceremony families. 183 names now permanently enshrined. Crystal light. Think they'd be satisfied? Asked quiet. Kepler 7 fallen. If could see. Would enough. Marcus quiet long moment. Think they'd be glad remembered. Deaths meant something. Inspired change instead being forgotten. Looked her. Would fix fact died waiting help no. But honors them. That's all can do dead honor learn from. Doesn't feel enough. Never will. But burden surviving. Carry weight people couldn't save. Try building something worthy sacrifice. Lysandra knew right. Knowing didn't make weight lighter. Sat together, stars wheeled overhead. 2 people carrying impossible burdens. Finding strength, shared silence. 1 month after the dedication, Lysandra stood. Conference room 7 faced assembled council. Atmosphere tense. Been debating veteran recognition program 3 hours. Positions hardened, predictable lines. Lord Cavendish replaced disgraced Ashford Council leader leading opposition. Majesty respect cannot fund 47 separate memorial projects. Budget doesn't support, then adjust budget. Cutting what? Defense infrastructure medical. Cutting council operational budget 30%. Reducing ceremonial expenses. Eliminating redundant administrative positions. Pulled holographic showing proposed restructuring. Identified 17 areas spending money optics instead outcomes. Reallocate funding programs actually help people. Council erupted protest. Lysandra lets shout 90 seconds spoke over noise. Enough. Here's happening. Veteran recognition program moves forward. Full funding. No cuts. No compromises. Oh, this every soldier bled defending alliance. Cannot simply decree. Not decreeing. Leading. If council won't follow, find council will. Met Cavendish's eyes. Your choice. Support or resign. Looked slapped. Threatening us. Clarifying priorities. Soldiers defended alliance deserve better bureaucratic resistance. Either give that or admit value political comfort over moral obligation. Senator Winters spoke. Earth supports initiative. Match alliance investment, contribute additional resources implementation. As does Cascadia civilian government, added another. Memorial ceremony received overwhelming public support. Our citizens want this. Watched political calculation shift. Cavendish losing support. Opposition crumbling councillors recognized which way momentum flowing. Finally nodded stiff. Very well. Council supports veteran recognition program. Unanimously, pause. Murmured agreement around table. Excellent. Helena program's yours. Build right. Council dispersed. Sterling pulled Lysandra aside. Significant political risk. If called bluff, wasn't bluff, meant every word. No. Concerns me. Been pushing hard 3 months. Memorial Reforms Confrontations Council. Last time took day off. Tried remember, failed. Don't need. Everyone needs rest. Even Queen's enhanced physiology. Expression firm. Take tomorrow off. No meetings, no emergencies, unless station actively exploding. Just rest. I have. Nothing can't wait 24 hours. Please. Running yourself ground. Wanted argue. But exhaustion catching Andralis, healing or not. Fine. One day. But actual emergency. Wake you personally. Now go. Went. Next morning, woke naturally first time months. No alarms, no urgent comm. Just sunlight observation windows, gentle hum. Sky throne environmental systems. Stretched feeling muscles unknot. Hadn't realized tense. Then did something hadn't 8 years being queen. Nothing. Spent day reading actual books, not reports, briefings. Visited memorial, just stood there, not giving speech, meeting families. Just being present, 183 names. Had lunch, Marcus, quiet observation, garden corner talking everything except work. Fidgeting, he observed. Not fidgeting. Checked comm 3 times 5 minutes. Might be emergency, isn't. Sterling would have contacted. Reached across, took comm from hand. One day, promised. Not fair, using own rules against me. Advisors allowed, handbook. Despite herself smiled. There's handbook. Writing 1. Chapter 3. Dedicated managing queens don't know rest. Going terribly. Primary subject keeps trying work even ordered not. Talked hours about his earth life before war. Her childhood, before plague, everything shaped them people sitting across each other. Most relaxed, Lysandra felt years. Evening approached, ended back observation deck. Their spot, Marcus called, made Lysandra's chest feel warm way nothing Andrali's physiology. Can ask something, Marcus said watching Cascadia turn beneath. Always. What happens after memorial program established? After reformed veteran support, addressed systemic failures. What's next you considered? Keep going, keep building. Always more work. Not what meant. No. quiet moment. Honestly don't know. Being queen's been crisis management since they took throne. Plague assassination attempts, Phoenix protocol. Never thought beyond the next emergency. Maybe something work on. What planning future where people aren't actively trying kill me? Crazy concept no, laughed. Okay, what would you do? Hypothetical peaceful future. Thought. One seeing memorial program fully implemented. Visit other sites establish. Make sure actually helping people instead just building monuments. Paused. And want understanding more Andralis culture. Spent 8 years immersed human politics, alliance bureaucracy. Don't know much who you are beyond queen, former soldier. Not much more no. Doubt that. Looked him steady. Complicated man walked back. Life somehow became essential functioning. Why really stay truth this time? Met eyes. Because 13 years ago held hand terrified lieutenant dying crashed transport. Made promise wouldn't die alone. Promise didn't have expiration. Not dying anymore. No, but were alone. Surrounded people. Yes, fundamentally isolated, way slowly killing you. Voice soft. Stayed because it still needed someone. Because somewhere between transport now started needing you too. Words hung, weighted meaning both dancing around months. Marcus, don't have say anything, just wanted knowing. This matters. You matter. Not queen symbol political entity. As person. Lysandra felt something crack open chest. Wall built. Keep functioning impossible circumstances. Matter too. More than probably should admit. Why shouldn't admit? Because I'm queen. Getting attached makes targets. Everyone cared either died left. Voice cracked. Because terrified if let myself care. Way want something take away have add name list. People couldn't save. Marcus quiet long moment. Took hand grip warm solid. Can't promise nothing happen me. Life doesn't work. But promise not going anywhere choice. Promise being afraid loss isn't good reason avoid connection. Spoken like someone's never responsible 3 billion lives. Spoken like someone's watched carry responsibility 3 months knows don't have carry alone. Stood hands clasped while stars wheeled observation windows. 2 people found each other, worst moment lives kept finding through everything after. Okay. Lysandra finally. Okay what? Okay try. Being person instead just queen. Letting someone in. Imagining future beyond next crisis. Squeezed hand. But fair warning terrible this. Being vulnerable open things come actually caring someone. Good thing patient. Need be. Marcus smiled. With 3 months court politics assassination aftermath. Think can handle one emotionally guarded queen. Marcus Thorne observation. No it is. Next morning returned woke something hadn't felt 8 years hope. Not grim determination, sustained crisis after crisis. Not desperate clinging purpose, kept functional through plague aftermath. Actual hope. Kind believed futures instead just surviving presents. Helena Metwarum updates. Veteran recognition program. Processed 23 requests, 15 approved immediate memorial construction. 5 require additional research. 3 determined better served alternative support. Show me. Spent morning reviewing cases. Each story sacrifice neglect. Soldiers died obscure battles. Veterans came home broken, forgotten systems. Should have supported. Families mourned silence years, decades. Each deserved acknowledgement. Going take years, Helena said, pulling projected timelines. Maybe decades properly address every case. Then better get started. Following weeks established framework. Regional memorial sites throughout Alliance. Local veteran support centers, trained counselors. Educational programs ensure future generations understood peace cost. Ambitious. Some would say impossible. Lysandra didn't care. Started something, chose build, instead destroy. Now follow through matter how long took. First regional memorial dedicated 6 months after Kepler 7 ceremony. Smaller structure, 15 meters, honoring 42 soldiers died forgotten battle early war. Lysandra attended Marcus Helena. Crowd smaller, Kepler 7 emotion, just intense. Families waited 20 years, acknowledgement, finally seeing loved names crystal light. Afterward, elderly woman approached Lysandra. Walked, cane face lined years grief. Majesty, thank you. Voice hoarse. My son 19 when died that battle. 20 years then nobody cared. Just another casualty. But now, looked memorial. Now people know mattered. Lysandra felt familiar weight settling shoulders. Another set names carry. Another promise keep. But this time, weight felt different. Shared, meaningful. He mattered, quiet. All did. We'll make sure galaxy remembers. Night back. Sky throne found Marcus' office. Buried reports, half-empty coffee cups. Working too hard, said doorway. Pot, kettle. Didn't look up datapad. Trying cross-reference veteran support requests, available resources. Math isn't adding. Never does. Why keep adjusting? Has be more efficient system. Probably. But efficiency isn't always point. Sometimes people need feeling heard, more quick solutions. Moved into room. Come on, late. This can wait tomorrow. Just 5 more. Marcus. Looked up tone. Saw whatever expression set datapad down. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Just searched words. Wanted saying thank you today. Being memorial. Doing work nobody sees. My job. More than job. Care this. Veterans' families making sure get right. Sat across. Batters me. Studied face. Isn't just memorial dedication is. No. About took breath. About realizing don't want doing alone anymore. Not just work everything. Crown weight. Impossible choices. Knowledge every decision leaves bodies behind. Voice steady soft. Want you here, not just advisor. As someone trust completely. Someone couldn't finish. 13 years, emotional walls didn't crumble easily. But Marcus understood. Always did. Reached across desk, took hand. Here, long you'll have me, whatever capacity means. Even complicated, even court gossips. Council disapproves, makes life harder. Especially then, didn't sign easy, signed meaningful. Squeezed hand. Besides like complicated, keeps interesting. Felt something unclenched chest. Fear been carrying since they realized cared more politically advisable. Okay, we'll figure going. All anyone can. Sat like that while hands clasped across desk covered reports. Dead soldiers, broken systems. Not quite romance, quite partnership. Something between felt right. Memorial program continued expand. 1 year anniversary, Kepler 7 dedication. Established 7 regional sites, processed 63 recognition requests. Work exhausting, emotionally draining, politically complicated. Also most important thing Lysandra ever done. Anniversary stood before Kepler 7 memorial again. Not alone. Helena there along Rees, now working civilian counselor, veteran support. Marcus, Sterling, Senator Winters. 87 family members become something like friends past year. 1 year ago, promised the remember. Lysandra said assembled crowd. Honor fallen properly. Build something worthy sacrifice. Things started keeping promise. 7 memorials, 63 cases processed. Hundreds families finding closure, years, decades, silence. Just beginning. Work isn't done, never fully done. Always more veterans need support. Families deserve acknowledgement. Names deserve remembered. Instead forgotten, but proved something important year. Proved possible choosing building over destroying. Understanding over revenge. Memory over erasure. Phoenix Protocol could have ended catastrophe. Instead became catalyst change. Creating systems actually support people defend us. ensuring no soldier feels forgotten like Kepler-7 Fallen did. Legacy worth protecting, mission worth continuing. So keep going, keep building, keep remembering. Honor 183 becoming worthy what gave. Applause quieter time, more contemplative. Sound people understood this beginning, not ending. After ceremony crowd dispersed, Helena approached Lysandra Ree's side. Been talking, Helena said, about expanding program, creating training initiative, veteran counselors. People experienced combat trauma themselves relate others going through. Brilliant, do it. Reese wants helping design. Use experienced psychiatric treatment, inform best practices. Looked young man once tried killing 3 billion. Looked healthier year ago, steadier though Shadow's eyes would probably never fully disappear. What think Reese ready? Don't know if ever fully ready. But one try, one taking what happened trauma treatment, slow healing using help others. Voice quiet firm. People died, Kepler-7 deserved better. Best way, honor them making sure other veterans get support we didn't. Then have full support. Build right. As walked away, Marcus appeared shoulder. Very good this. At what? Seeing potential broken people. Giving chance rebuild. I'm broken person got chance rebuild. Only fair extend the same opportunity others. Not broken. Functional. Difference. Looked him. But getting better. Thanks but you. All did stick around. Sometimes that's everything. Stood together watching memorial glow afternoon light. 183 names shining promises kept. Phoenix had risen ashes. Kepler-7, but instead burning chosen build. And that building something new emerged. Not perfection, still dealing bureaucracy, budget constraints, occasional political crisis, but progress. Real meaningful progress towards system-valued people defended it. Lysandra Vale, girl survived. Canthros Gate, became queen. Accident, learned carrying weight. Impossible choices, looked out, work begun, felt. Something had in 13 years. Pride, not herself necessarily, but what built together. Memorials rising across alliance, veterans finding support, families finding closure, choosing remember instead forget, build instead destroy. Honor fallen, protecting living, work would continue. More memorials build, more veteran support, more names remember. But proven possible, even deepest tragedy could come meaningful change. Phoenix could rise without burning everything ash. That enough, for now, always. Crystalline trees around memorial began singing not discordant wail pain, something new. Harmony acknowledged grief while celebrating healing work. Lysandra stood, sound felt weight, shoulders shift. Still present, 183 names would always press down. But balanced, now knowing, kept promise, made them matter. Sacrifice had meaning beyond tragedy deaths. Marcus's hand found hers solid warm. Ready, asked. For what? Whatever comes next. More memorials, more work, more impossible choices need making. Squeezed hand. Long you're with me. Always, that's promise. No expiration. Never. Walked back through sky throne together, leaving memorial glowing behind. 183 names shining light. Remembered. Honored. Never forgotten. Phoenix had risen. Chosen life over death. Building over destroying. Memory over erasure. That was legacy Kepler-7 would endure.